All right, we are
We are
live.
live.
Yes, yes,
Peace, peace. Shout out to all the chosen ones worldwide.
yes.
Together we rise.
Peace, peace. Shout out to all the chosen ones worldwide.
Y'all tuned into the tribe, the High Vibe Tribe, to be exact.
Yes, yes. And what an interesting topic too. Beware the shadows disguised as light. So many people out there blaming the person or the entity that's responsible for whatever they're going through. But it's like I was just saying, you knew this person was this way. They told you who they were. You just didn't want to believe them. You know,
Uh, uh,
sometimes we get the warning signs and we just ignore it.
uh. I think the biggest thing is, I think attachment issues for a lot of people. But some people
Mm,
be knowing, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, oh no, that's my cousin. That's my
mhm.
brother. That's my whatever. That's my that's family. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, are they really?
Mm,
You know,
mhm. Yeah,
so people definitely be seeing the signs. You know, they ignore them for those reasons.
facts.
Yeah, big fact.
Uh-huh. And you just gotta, you just gotta pay attention to actions too. Or sometimes just take a step back and replay. You might have to replay a conversation in your head.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The time that you spend with a person, and sometimes you go back and look at stuff, you'll be like, you'll think about something that you didn't think about at the time. Like, damn, that was kind of a sneak this, or you know what I'm saying, or I don't like how they handled that, or just little stuff that you can think about. Mhm.
mhm.
Yeah.
Absolute facts. The one
That's
thing,
what make the Matrix again. Just such a powerful movie on this journey. Just trying to realize who the agents are. And a lot of times it be the people the people you don't want to be the most. Again, family and things like that. But I'm the ones who gotta sometimes keep an eye on.
absolutely.
You know.
The big thing too about these shadows disguised as light is sometimes they don't even know that that's what their purpose is, to be a distraction or to be a wolf in sheep's clothing. Like, they don't even realize that that's their job. So it's like, to take it personal, you know what I mean? You're putting more of the worry, the burden, the pain, and the suffering on yourself. You're already going to go
Uh,
through certain things. So, like, you worrying about it or you not heeding to the signs, you're just going to add to that pressure.
uh, Facts. NPCs, man. You gotta know if you on your purpose and you know it. You gotta stand strong in that. It's easier said than done, but in my opinion, it's just a part of this awakening. You gotta learn to stand firm in what you know or what you believe you know. Because like I
Hmm.
say all the time, all this stuff that we learning, who's to say that this we feel like it's right, but so does the next community of people, whether that's religious communities or whatever. They feel
Right.
that whatever what they learn is right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
who's to say everything that we learning is right, but it's our truth, and we gotta stand there. You know,
Right. Facts. Because look at
and
Waco,
we
Texas.
an army. or people ain't be
Mhm.
willing to go against the odds, you know.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad. No, go ahead, bro. My bad.
Now I'm just thinking it's that serious, you know.
Yeah, I was excited because when you were saying that, it made me think of Waco, Texas. You know,
Mm,
it's like, oh, these people are wrong. They, had all these guns and this, that, and the third. But it's like, how can you say they're wrong? Their belief, you know what I'm saying, is that they're under a regime and it's not a country. Like, so they got their own little land and had their own little, but yeah, it was crazy. Waco was crazy. Like, that showed us right there, like, the extent that beliefs can go. You know what I mean? Like, look at Charles Manson. They said he never laid a hand on anybody. You know what I'm saying? So just that belief system is strong enough to keep people, you know what I mean? Keep them entertained and keep them coming back. They keep drinking the Kool-Aid. Dr. Sublime in the building, y'all. Yeah,
Peace,
nice one, sis.
peace, family. How's everybody doing?
We
What's
good.
going
We
on?
doing on that side.
I'm good on this side. I'm good on this side. It's good to see y'all, hear y'all.
Vice
Yes,
versa.
How's everything on that side?
Good, good, good. I was just saying I'm gonna check in with her today. We ain't heard from her this week either. I'm taking in with her next after this.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm fighting. I've already ordered a new phone and a laptop. So hopefully in another couple of weeks, I'll be able to
Mm,
be stabilized all over again.
That's what's up.
yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody had a good week. That's good, man. That's real good.
yes, good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Well, it's good to see all of you, man. To hear all. Let me just do a quick camera.
Yeah, it's definitely good seeing you and hearing you, sister.
Yes, yes, peace, peace.
Yeah. Peace,
Your hair
man.
looking good too, sis. Y'all, you and Oracle doing y'all thing.
Yes.
We vibrating high. We release anything and everything that does not serve our highest good. We wear this world as a loose garment.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Man.
What happens, and what don't happen, all the same. You understand?
That's right.
You know, a lot of times, I can be honest, a lot of times what lowers our vibration is when we allow the cares of this world, the systems, the music say the cares of the world, the systems of this world to get to us, to start playing in our mind. We start holding on to it and allowing it to occupy space they don't pay no rent for. But when you hear something happen, like, oh, okay, wow. Well, okay, sorry to hear that, but and you keep on moving. It's like, okay, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know. And I think walking the streets of New York, for me, especially in Manhattan, taught me that big time. Pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to yourself. If you walk the streets of New York, everybody just paying attention to themselves, trying to get to where they going, and that's it. They ain't got time for nobody else.
Yeah, there's so much going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? That's why I don't like being in nobody downtown, not even my own downtown. And it's just a sensory overload for me. I realized that. I would always go downtown to feel, funny. But I just thought because like I don't come down here often. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere new for me.
And it's the energy. It's the energy that is but your harness is there. The downtown like is central, so you could whoever the 1% could harness the energy that is capitalized there.
That's right.
Yup.
They
And it
keep
just
it a
what's
hustle and
going
bustle.
on.
Yeah,
Yep. That's
You
what
got
last episode.
bike riders, bunch of lights, giant build. It's just it's a sensory overload. It's
yeah,
too much going
Yeah.
on, especially somebody like me that kind of like to pay attention to a little bit of everything. How do you do that when you got a million things going on at the
yeah.
same time?
You'll be like this.
You know,
You'll be like, you'll be,
exactly,
yeah.
And that,
exactly.
So
that's what last week's episode was talking about too. The cities were their energy centers, and they're
yeah,
for
they are.
harvesting energy.
Yeah, that's what they call it for harvesting. And then I saw something else you did too in terms you talk about the underground um cities or something like that, the underground.
Yeah.
My thing was when I saw that, I was like, yeah, think about it. When you look at lizards, reptiles, where do they go? They come out, get something to eat, and then they run back into their holes.
Mm, mm-hmm,
You know, it's a serious thing.
mm-hmm.
When you pay attention to the creature that they are affiliated with, then you realize this is exactly the nature of these things. Reptilians come out, they eat, and then they go back into their hole,
Mm-hmm.
into hiding. Yep. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I was about to say, dang, what happened?
Yeah, I
No, I
just
don't
like
know. It
everything has
knocked.
been crashing. That's,
Yeah, it just like knocked all of us out, or something was crazy. Just
yeah,
That's
that's
crazy.
okay. My own glitching right now. My own is glitching too. So if you all know what the situation is with me with this the technology right now.
yeah, but I don't think
Mm.
it
So
was you that time, sister. It knocked all of us out. We getting, what I mean? We was about to get to the nitty gritty. We about to go in. We talk about energy centers and the city, and a lot of stuff that people just don't realize that there's a whole nother world underneath the pavement that you drive on every day. You know,
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people aren't
Ladies.
aware of it. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think I don't I mean I won't say I don't think, right? But I know that Queen Oracle know when she made that statement, when she made that declaration, staying present. That staying present is just so important more now than ever before. It's like you got to really hold on to that word, staying present, that you don't allow the environment, you don't allow circumstances to grab you out of being present and paying attention to how something make you feel in that very moment and deal
Right.
with it and then keep on moving. I'm serious. That
Right.
staying present is yeah. Even as I know
Yeah.
we are on a journey, yes, but that staying present in the journey is like it's so important.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Especially right
that
now.
statement is so timely and what do you call that? That's a gem to hold on to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sister,
Yeah.
I don't even think you knew the topic when you were mentioning how you know we gotta just focus on ourselves. That's honestly how we're gonna be able to see the shadows disguised as light, right?
Yeah.
Which is the topic, but it's amazing how we'll tap in a little bit after things get going, or we're already in mid conversation, and we still can, because it's all relevant and it's all
Yeah.
working together simultaneously. It's like past, present, and future is on the same line. Just people think it's different. You know what I mean? It's just the illusion. So you
Yeah.
get things like that, and it's like that shows you right there that that's another way of knowing that somebody else is for you. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
because they're so for themselves that they wouldn't not. You know what I mean? Like, and the oracle would have to do her. I always mess it up, but it's just how it's like I'm not gonna hurt myself by bringing harm to you. I gotta let you be
Like
in
we
that
say back in
space.
the day. I ain't cutting off my nose to spoil my face for you.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
Mm.
That's right. Facts. Perfect. Perfect.
Been there, done that too many times, and I could write the book on it and refuse to even go back there anymore.
That's
No
right.
more. You
That's
know?
right.
And that's what we gotta do. Yeah, cut what do you call it? Cut cut our noses off to please somebody else, spoil your face so somebody else can be happy. Mm-mm. If you're unhappy with me, keep on moving. You can't take my shine. Here's a pair of glasses or pair of shades, but
Yeah,
no
exactly.
dumb, no dumbing down your shine. Nah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's right.
If I can't do you
yeah,
no
Um,
good, I'm gonna do you no bad.
There it
yeah,
is.
okay.
Part right there. That part right there. That's how you know you have, special people around you when they're not willing to sacrifice their own integrity just to harm you or to bring harm to you, or you know what I mean? It's like,
That's it.
man,
mhm.
and it's like there's no way that there's not people like us, or at least think like us. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna harm this person. I'm not gonna harm people. I want to spread as much love and good as I can. There's got to be those people that are in positions of power. We just don't never hear those stories because the demons and the devil, so-called, bad people, and we know good or bad is objective, but they don't have the platform. It's the other side that has the platform, so they're going to push that narrative, so it makes people think, oh my god, the world is so crazy, the world is horrible, and it's just a lot of people being or in disguise.
Mhm.
Shadows disguised as
Yeah,
light is a real thing.
yeah,
Facts.
But if you're paying attention, a shadow can't disguise itself as light.
definitely not.
That's like it's like the saying, a genius can play stupid, but a stupid person can't play a genius,
Right,
right?
right. Yeah.
It's a fact. Like they're not, they don't have the capacity to get into that mind space or whatever. So yeah, we
Mhm.
we got some videos, man. If y'all ready, we can get into a couple of these.
Let's dive in. Let's dive in.
I
Get
saved
ready.
I saved Big Mama for last, man. She went in. She was the whole inspiration of this live, y'all. Honestly,
People started coming back. I want some more, I want some more, and then I surrounded myself with four other partners. One of those partners would never stick around. It was the fifth Beatle. We went through like six of those.
The drummer from Spinal Tap.
Exactly. Yeah. But the other three would never let me quit when I wanted to quit, and vice versa. They would find the reason, and you wouldn't be just on this island alone. And I find that like-minded people are the reason. And again, as I share in my Power book, people, if I had taken out $100,000 loan, they would have stayed as long as I was paying them. Not because they were blood sucking, but they were like, I have a job to do.
Yeah.
But you get to see people's true colors, the ones who are problem solvers, the ones who jump ship, the ones who are willing to pull the weight, the ones who are excited. When you see that you're around people and they want to be part of a movement for no other reason but excited about the movement, it keeps you excited. And I think that being around like-minded people and mentors are the number one reason for success.
yeah,
Mhm. And it only makes sense, because y'all got each other's energy to feed off of. You might be having a down day. They might keep you motivated. They're gonna keep you hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it only makes sense,
Yeah,
you know.
it's like
All right.
when you're around like-minded people, when you starting to go wear off and go into you understand, into that pity party kind of thing, they're able to help pull you and steer you back into, hey, hold on, come on, you're going too far left or you're going too far right. And like-minded people will help keep you in your lane. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
It falls into you keep being basically being mindful of the company you keep.
Yep.
Energetic
Yes.
transfer. Like basically they bring a positivity, you bring a positivity. It's kind of like y'all both playing on the manifestation of things. So y'all able to manifest and y'all all thinking on the same high
That's right.
vibrational energetic chord.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facts.
Tell you, when I
That
started my
same
journey,
energy.
man, I was on a mission to find like-minded people. Like I'm chilling now. You know, I got enough now. You know what I'm saying? But first waking up
Yeah.
and realizing right off the back, like, damn, I know people around me not gonna get what I'm talking about. So I was like, I was just on the quest. I had to find like-minded people, you know, and
Facts.
it all worked out. It all worked out. I say,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And I gotta say, finding other like-minded people literally helped keep me grounded and probably from
Yes.
going into a dark space. Because then at that point I would have felt isolated, alone. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
just seeing and talking to other people that's on the frequency that I'm on, it was like a breath of fresh air. You know, so, man. Mhm.
Absolutely.
It truly is, you know? It truly is.
You know, one thing about what he was saying reminded me of us was, you know, he said, you're gonna see those who, you know, kind of fall off. You know, he said it in different words, but you know, you're gonna see people who, you know, those who are gonna stay consistent, who are gonna show up, and those who are gonna, you know, not show up. And he said they went through like 5 or 6 of those, that other person that just, I was like, damn, that sounds so familiar. Like, you know, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? So sometimes we gotta take the experience and learn as much as we can from it. Because too many times we
Yeah.
attempt to analyze, we overthink, or we say, you know, why can't this person just be or show up or do the, you know, they might not, maybe they're just not meant for it, you know?
Yep.
Yep, facts,
But I
facts.
say you gotta take the bumps with the bruises.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
take the bruises with the bumps. Yeah.
Yeah, I encourage people all the time to go find your people. You know,
Hmm.
find somebody,
Right.
just one person. You know, at least
Yeah,
somebody you can resonate with. Mhm.
yeah, that's it.
I mean, it's so fortunate, it's so good when we say, I use the word blessing, but for less of a word, it is a blessing when you can find one or two people, you know,
Mhm.
that is in that same vein of thinking, like you in terms of perspectives of life and stuff like that. And it truly is. It truly is
Mhm.
because I don't go to Jululu all by yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You got a next one, Steph?
Yes, yes, absolutely. This next one is a piece about staying on, you know, kind of staying present, what the Queen talks about, but and not letting, you know, outside people. But I'm gonna let her explain it.
No matter what people perceive of me, I always shine through at the end of the day. So I've had a lot of people try to tear me down, but I'm here. And I've always been myself, and I've always wanted that, and I've been graceful, and I've tried to handle myself with as much class, and it's only because I know how hard I work, and I'm not going to let any of that get to me. No matter what people
That's right. I know how hard I work and I know the dark hole I brought myself out of. I refuse to let anybody else pull me back into no dark space or dark
Mhm.
place.
Yep. It reminds me of what I was just saying in the beginning of this. Just standing firm in what you believe, so firm that you gotta be ready to go against an army alone. If me, you know what I'm saying? And that's how much you in your truth, you know.
Yeah. That's right.
That's
Speaking
what
of that, bro,
me.
do y'all remember in the 90s, was it, they showed this guy, he stood in front of a tank, and it was a whole army of tank. They were going down the street and they were going to do something to the neighboring country, son. He just stood in front of it, and the tank stopped. He stopped the entire army, and everybody saw that like as a gesture of peace, and it was like, you know what I'm saying? You going, so you just run me over, you know what I'm saying? Because you want to go in war with these people so bad, but it stopped he stopped everything just by standing in front of, like, yeah. That's where we need to be sometimes.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, it's not. It's for the weak, man. And if you're gonna allow every little bit of criticism and every little somebody trying to stop you or block you, you gonna allow that to stop you every time. I say gracefully bow out. Well, go chill until you're ready. You know what I'm saying?
But not
As it
only
come
that, you
with it,
know. But
come
when
with
you
it.
don't know yourself, also when you're um so built on people's opinions and people's applause, that's the hard part. So
Hmm.
Right.
when you know yourself and you don't depend on anybody clapping for you, but you can clap for yourself, you can pat yourself on your back. And listen,
Yeah.
no matter what people say about you, keep moving.
Uh-huh.
Don't ruffle you.
Mm. Well,
Yeah.
Yep.
But it takes some. It takes spending some time with yourself to get to that place.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
that's right. Shout out to Hickman in the chat, said, pray I'm saying that right. Said, yeah, because a drummer playing a different song from guitarist is chaos. Is chaos.
Yeah. Shout out
That's
to
right.
Hickman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tapping in.
that's facts. You have chaos if you don't like, you don't hear Prince playing, When Doves Cry while his band is playing Purple Rain. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not doing that. That's just, you know what I mean? We gotta be in sync.
And being sick, and you got to take charge. You got to be the director of your own orchestra. You can't
Yeah,
let somebody else be the director of your orchestra of your life.
right.
That makes no sense. And the
Hmm.
thing about it is, oh my goodness, let me tell you something. You will continue to be in a dark hole when you don't know yourself and you can't celebrate yourself. When there's no self love. I love me
Uh-huh.
some me. I can tell I
Mm,
love me
Yeah.
some me. I
mm,
look at my own
Yeah.
smile and make myself smile.
yes.
Yeah. That's real talk. That's real talk.
So, some people try. They try to put me in that dark hole, in that dark space, in that dark place. And every time they try to bury me, I germinate and come back up like a rose all over it. As a phoenix. I am a phoenix, man. And
Uh-huh.
let me tell you what my favorite saying is about myself. About myself. I am an atmosphere changer. Wherever I go, the atmosphere must change.
Uh-huh.
Make the atmosphere conducive to you. Love you enough to love you
Yeah,
beyond people's opinions and people's applause.
And
yeah.
one of the ways I think that you can
Hallelujah.
know that you do love yourself is, man, you don't mind spending time with yourself. That's one of the ways I know that I love myself, because I genuinely, genuinely like spending time with myself.
I
I
let
don't
my
gotta
love
go. You know what
Yes,
I'm
yes.
saying? I can sit back and play me some jazz and have a ball. You know what I'm saying? So
Fact.
that's one of what it is I know. You
I
know.
was doing that the night before last. I was just like, just by myself, just everybody sleep. I'm just enjoying, what I mean, just being here, man, because I get to give it another shot. And there's a lot of people that didn't get that chance today. There's a lot of people that, just aren't able to walk anymore. You know what I mean? So I'm just grateful for the simplest, smallest things, man. And it's made life so much more desirable, tolerable, all the ubbles. Like it's good all the way around, man, like that. Hey, shout out to Ali King G4. Appreciate you, gang. Appreciate you tapping in.
Yeah, man. So, what you gonna do? Go ahead.
Yeah. Y'all ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Tony Robbins, my main man. I love a lot of the stuff.
Oh, I love him. Oh, yes.
I love Tony Robbins, man. He goes in and will cuss you out while you do it too.
Good times create weak people. Weak people create bad times. Bad times create strong people. Strong people create good times. That's the history of the world over and over and over again.
Yes.
Good times create weak.
So powerful. When I first heard that, I was like, it changed my life. Like I hear things and it'll change my life or the way I see things. Because my perception was off. My perception was off, and I still operate from some of that. Well, maybe not operate, but my brain still thinks of some of that off, like kind of off the beaten path of thinking, which not saying that it's wrong to be off the path, but this particular thinking was not serving me. And, it wasn't until I changed that type of thinking, but it wasn't until I was hearing things like that. It was like, stop crying about it and get up and do something about it. Stop, complaining about it or stop. It was just all kinds of stuff like that. It was like, I was learning like, damn, I'm responsible for a lot of this shit. Whether it's directly or indirectly, I'm still responsible, and I need to take charge and take control of my life and what I want for my life. I'm letting society tell me that it's okay to be a gangster, drug dealer, killer, whatever. Like, I'm letting something else program me. So it makes it hard to see that, that's why the title of this string is so powerful, because you will see things differently if you take another look at it. And it's like, damn, that's a hell of an epiphany to come across, man. Like you like living street life or whatever. Hey, it don't matter what it is. It could be, you could be a race car driver, and then all of a sudden now you want to be a pilot, and it's like you never wanted to be a pilot when you were a child. It was race car driver, but now that you've accomplished that, now you want to go and do something else. And that's kind of what is going on a lot of times. We don't realize we're stuck in these dead-end jobs. We're doing this, that, and the third, and that's not really what we want to do. But we let the shadow disguised as light. How many children went and became a lawyer or a doctor because their parents encouraged it? And that's not really what they wanted to do. You know what I mean? They didn't know any better. So the shadow disguises itself as light. Oh, yeah, well, you're going to be a lawyer or a doctor. You're going to earn good money. It's a good career. It's this, that, and the third. But it's like this child wants to be a singer, or, they want to paint. You know what I'm saying? They want to be the next Jason Pollock, or, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to do this. And I can only imagine what some of the Chinese and Japanese children go through when they're, being told what they're going to be, and some of them dictatorship. You're going to be a doctor. You're going to be a construction worker. You're going to be this. And it's like, you're going to go to the army, You're y'all know my army friend. He, you know, he was pretty much like his great grandfather and great great grandfather. Like it's like they just went down the line. It was like, damn, they got every generation, gang. And now his son is in
Your
the
daddy was
army.
a lawyer, and your granddaddy was a lawyer, and your great grandpappy was a lawyer, so you're gonna be a lawyer.
Yeah, I don't listen. If my son wants what I do, if that's what he wants, if my daughter wants what I do, then cool, by all means. But if they come and say, man, I want to just go around and plant trees, hey, please go do whatever your heart desires.
Mhm. Yeah, we definitely moving towards that.
Even if your heart is in your heart is to be a serial killer, please just do whatever it is. I don't encourage it, but if you really want that, if that's what you want to do, who am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can only talk to you. I'm not going to be able to physically stop you because I'm not going to be able to be with you every second of the day. So I can only give you my advice, but you know, parents
You kept it rough, right, real with that one, bro.
Hey, listen,
Okay.
that's what it comes down to. And you don't want your child to become that, but if they came to you and said, "Look, this is what I want to do," all you can do is have a conversation with them. That's all you can do. You saying you're not going to do that, or you attempting to be that, you know, parent that still disciplining them and they grow, man, you're going to find yourself a victim. You know, you're going to be their first victim. In my opinion, that, you know, I just was watching these their daddy because he stopped paying for their lifestyle and told them they got to go out and fend for themselves. I'm teaching mine to fend for themselves now, so you ain't got to worry about daddy's money. That, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you off your own father because he wanted you to go out and do something for yourself.
Yeah, we moving past that. I don't think it's gonna, of course, be some people that still want to keep that mindset, but I think a lot of people are gonna move more toward the mindset of now follow your passion.
Yeah,
You know
absolutely.
There's been so many stories and scenarios and situations that we could talk about where the parent was wrong. Child followed their dreams and became a great artist, a great comedian, whatever. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We got too many examples of parents still want to. Oh no, I think you should do this. And if they are doing that, I think that's a clear sign of shadow. What's the title? Light describing itself, showing it, disguising itself with shadow. That's a clear sign right there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like that. Yeah.
So, with all the examples that we have of people following their hearts, and you still trying to talk somebody out of doing that, what's your real motive? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep, you just an agent for the system at that point.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But yeah, this next guy, man, he breaks it down. A lot of things we talk about on here, you know, and it needs to be conversation at a more common basis. Not enough of this.
A negative person could say whatever they want about you. Do not allow that to break your spirit. Whatever negative sayings, whatever negative comments they got to say about you, it could be the facts about themselves, but then their subconscious. A negative person is trying to bring you behind that zero where they are. So stay focused, stay determined, and stay on the right path. A negative.
Went through that with my brother, y'all. Straight up. Like, and everything he was saying about me in that car, I was like, bro, that's you. You're the one that's having that issue. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when he said, man, you want everybody to do things for you. Like, what? Bro, what the you got? Yo, your mom's bought you a car, gang. My mother didn't buy me shit. She stole stuff from me. You talking about? I was supporting my moms, bro. What are you talking about? But it was just a laundry list of things he said to me that didn't even apply to me, and I was like, where'd that come from? And it wasn't until I was on this journey, which I had just started the journey, and I was fresh in it. I just was starting my, business journey and everything, and he just had all this stuff to say, and I'm like, I'm sitting back in my room and I'm thinking about it. Like, I said, damn, that was him. I was like, wow, it's true. People really project their own faults and whatever misdeeds, whatever, onto you or onto another person. They have to put it on a different surface than themselves. I said, damn, this man went in. I thought you would have swore I stole something out his house the way he was in that car cussing me out, gang.
Hey, but think about this though. What's your name, bro? What you say? Hold a mirror up. You gave him opportunity to hold a mirror up and really look at himself. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, it might have felt like he was coming at you, but like you say, he was really just reflecting. That's why you the specular man below.
Yeah, I mean, hey, and I can't tell you. Ask my wife. I can't tell you how many times I was speaking about it with her, not like dwelling on it. I was just like really taking a hard look because he might have been right. You know what I'm saying? When somebody say something about me, I'm not just gonna be like, oh no, you just, you know what I mean? I'm gonna look at myself. Okay, maybe I did this, or maybe I'm doing that, or what. So I was analyzing my behavior and all that, and my thought processes. And I was like, oh, wow. I said, okay, that's where that come from, because that was him, not me. He was the one that was guilty of these things. But I think he just, especially going through what he went through with his ex and, allowing her to dismantle him for 12 years, I think that had a lot to do with his anger, But a lot of times we push anger onto people that don't deserve it. We don't mean to. It just kind of comes out that way. But it's also because we're not present, in our own life.
Yeah. The thing is a lot of times people project their opinions of you, and from their perspective of what they see. From their perspective, and they try to project it on you. They project their fears on you. Like when I was coming here, first thing everybody said, "Whoa, be careful! You're going to Africa. Be careful! Be careful!" So they was trying to project fear on me and stuff like that. You can't. You keep your negative thinking that way, and that's it. Sometimes we have to politely be. Not sometimes say politely. Sometimes we just gotta say, listen, we shut this down right here, right now. I ain't hearing that. That's your perspective. You keep it to yourself. I don't need to hear it. I walk respectfully. Hey, I don't dislike you, but keep your opinions to yourself. Keep your hatred to yourself. Keep your bitterness to yourself. I don't need that venom around me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shame.
And I don't think people still waste too much energy trying to explain themselves. See?
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know,
explain. Go ahead. If it's,
and when you're saying that, right? J Hook's a great. You're talking, but people try to explain because we feel like we need to justify ourselves. Listen, I would encourage anybody. You do not need to justify yourself. Once you know yourself, that's the first and foremost. Once you do your shadow work, no dark shadow shall come. So you're preparing us like once you do the work on yourself and you know yourself, you can slightly shut people down. And that's it. And respectfully so. I hear you, but I hear you and I ain't hearing you. And that's it. Like the video you put on before this one here, we talk about strong people. You never know how strong you are until being strong is all you could be.
Yeah.
Especially for yourself. For yourself, not for somebody else. You gotta be strong for yourself before you be strong for somebody else. Let me share this with you all. I was saying this to somebody yesterday. we say, oh, we can't pour from an empty cup. That saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. And yesterday I said to them, I beg to differ. We are never supposed to pour from our cup. Anybody who comes into our life should be able to benefit from the overflow, not from us pouring out from ourselves. They should benefit from an overflow that flows out from us. You understand? Because if we pouring out, that means we need somebody else to pour into ourselves. No, you will benefit from my overflow. Yesterday that hit me like a brick. What?
My cup runneth over. Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's
no more pouring from a half full cup, or even if your cup full, let them benefit from the overflow.
That's right. That makes more sense. I could put my cup right up against yours and just catch all the thing that's overflowing. Yes. Instead of you pouring out, now something has to pour back in. You got to refill your cup up.
Yeah,
I like that.
Think about us here. We are not pouring in each other on here. We operate from the overflow of each other.
That's right.
Man, that's powerful. That's powerful.
That is, we're gonna have to make a clip of that one. For real.
Operate from the overflow, man. So strong people are strong because being strong is all they know. Weak people are weak because fear is all they know. They refuse to step out. They refuse to adventure. They refuse to get to know themselves. That's why people are weak. They're weak because somebody do this and somebody do that. No, believe in yourself. You let fear hold you captive. False evidence appearing real.
Yeah.
Family. It's going doing what it do.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Or face everything and run, or face everything and rise. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do one of them things with fear, man. In my opinion, you got to either face everything and fear everything and run, or face everything and rise. It's like you gotta make a decision. You gonna fight this lion because you're backed in a corner, you don't have a choice, or you just gonna let it maul you.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it all my fight.
Might as well.
You ain't got no choice. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't realize about life. You have to do life. If you don't do it on your terms, you're going to do it on somebody else's terms. Society, the matrix system, you got to do life on your terms. Stop letting these shadows tell you how to be and tell you what the light is. That's what the damn news media have been doing. They've been a dark shadow over humanity, or at least in this country or whatever, for a long time, and we don't realize that they showing us right there. That's the perfect example. We know the news people ain't about shit, so that tell you right there. That's a shadow appearing as a light. Oh, we telling you what's going on. No, you ain't telling us nothing. You're lying and you're hiding what's actually going on. We got to go look it up ourselves. When the person bystander whose phone was recording caught something different than what you said on the news, that's when they started to, you know what I mean? It wasn't until that is when they actually started to tell some of the actual facts that's going on. And it's because somebody already got it on video. If they didn't have it on video like the 90s and the 80s, we just taking whatever the news says. Whatever they said, that's what it was.
Yep. Yeah, that's actually a great point too, bro, because that's the highest level of the shadow pretending to be light. These governments, you know what I'm saying, and all the stuff that they have planned, acting like they for the people.
Yeah.
Damn well it's all for their own gain. But they'll sit up here and see. That's the thing. I think that keeps so many people confused because they'll do something like create the FDA, right? Oh, this is for you guys. This is for your safety. And like I say all the time, to me, that's one of the biggest lies that we face is for your safety. When so much, you know what I'm saying? Like, so again, let me get back to the FDA thing. Oh, this is to regulate food and make sure that, you know, food is safe. So the average person is gonna, oh, you know, thank God we have that. We have somebody to regulate our food, but the whole time we got all this stuff in our food that y'all already do. You know what I'm saying? So that's
we was regulating our own food.
Itself. That's a shadow pretending to be light within itself, acting like we. That's why I said, with all the stuff that's in our food that shouldn't be, what are they doing? Like, how are they even getting paid? What's the point of having them if we got all this stuff in our foods today that shouldn't even be in our food? Somebody not doing their job.
Yeah, well, it's us, it's the people. You know, it's the majority of the people not doing their job because we gave them that power, the FDA. You know, now you had people all through the 90s when I was growing up. Is that FDA approved? Fuck FDA, man. You know what I'm saying? If we want to keep it real, they ain't did nothing for, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't keeping the food safe. They got chemicals in there. They know it's harmful. Oh, but if you use this X amount, then it's okay. Right. No amount of poison is okay.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you put in like you take snake venom and you want to be immune to snake venom and you put a piece of it in you, you know, daily, you know, a controlled amount or whatever just to get your body used to it or something. That I understand. Mm-hmm. But you poisoning our food, bro. Why can't we go to the garden and say, no, I don't want this green pepper. I want this one right here. You know what I'm saying? Or I just happen to grab whatever. Like, we know our food, but we don't know our food right now. We should know it. We used to know it.
Mm-hmm.
We used to regulate our own food. Nah, that's bad. Throw that, put that in the mulch. You know, put that in the compost.
Just enough to reel people in and get their trust.
Yeah.
Just enough. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yep, facts.
And unfortunately, that little bit is all it takes.
That's it.
You know.
Yeah. Queen Oracle said it many times, man. If we give them that power, we the people signing, like, remember that 9/11 act? That couldn't have happened without the people. But what made the people vote that way? Them goddamn planes running into the towers. That's what made them vote that way. Otherwise, they would have never signed up. They said, wait a minute, you can just run in our house whenever you freaking feel like it. You can do this, that, and third. You can detain whoever you feel like on some national security, whatever. They had to write that in the law. But how do you get people to sway that way? Oh, let's create an element.
Yep. Have y'all seen the videos or the new information saying that, like, it wasn't even the planes that made the towers crash? It was bombs in the beach. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I was on that when it first hit, when Roger Moore was talking about it, Kevin Trudeau, when they was talking about it, Fahrenheit 9/11, the recordings of the actual firemen who were in the building said there's bombs going off all around us. Bombs. And the building looks like a demolishing building. It came down in levels. The same way it does every time you have an explosion when they demolish them buildings in Las Vegas. That's how they fell, exactly the same way. So, man, come on. And you hit the top of the tower with the plane. Everybody down below should have been able to get out, but no. They knew how much time it took to get out of that building. And people on the first floor, they probably made it out, but after that, it wasn't, you know what I mean? Because it wasn't that long before them things fell.
Yeah. And
how is it that the second building that got hit fell first, and the first building was burning for all that time? How come that one didn't fall first? You know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know. They went really deep into the shadows with that one, and they disguised it as light. Like they're the good guys, and well, it's jihad or what was it? Islamic extremists. That's who supposedly. Like, come on, man. And they telling us right in our face, you know? Because once they mention the box cutters and all that stuff, that's the shadow appearing as light right there. You ain't taking over no plane with no box cutter, you know. And you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people on that plane that's just gonna be like, you know what I mean? Because that's what happened on one of the planes. You know, they thought it was gonna go off, and they fought. Them people fought on that plane. You know, so yeah, in my opinion, it was all staged. It was all set up, false flagging, and that's how you get people to vote a certain way.
100%. Just like the guy they say that owned the building, never missed a day, but he missed the day. Come on, man.
Yeah, there was so many.
That could be, you know, that could be a very lucky coincidence, but not at that level of those type of people. I don't think it was good luck.
But here's the thing: I believe in one coincidences, not two. Right? That happened across the board. There were so many people that just didn't go to work that day. People who received emails, do not go to work on this day. You know what I'm saying? They removed those priceless coins that was in the Trade Center. They removed them 2 weeks prior to that happening.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Certain things were being moved out of that place 2 weeks prior to that happening. People were being told not to go to work on 9/11, like, and people still, they were showing the emails and the records, like, look at this. It's somebody, this such and such. This is my boss. He sent me this, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, you're not tricking everybody, but some people see all that, and guess what? They're so programmed that, you know, it's like when your computer's stuck in a loop and you got to take it to get it fixed and just keep doing the same thing. It's kind of like that. They just stuck in a loop right now. When they wake up and see that all this has been a sham, you know, I pray they don't, you know, off themselves like some people have. Yeah, grandmama goes in, y'all. This one right here, she was like, she's definitely the bee's knees of all the videos because she goes in. We gotta take some advice from this older lady speaking some serious wisdom.
Yeah, she look like she about to cook.
Yeah, she did. Queen, what you eating over there?
Nothing.
Nothing now. What was you eating?
Some chips.
Okay. Yeah, y'all ready? Y'all want to get into this last one?
Yeah.
Let's rock and roll.
We're gonna spark our brains to come up with more anyway.
Just a reminder that
from Grandma.
happy people encourage,
Right.
attractive people compliment them, and successful
Right.
people support.
Right.
And those who have nothing to offer bring you down.
Right.
And once you
True
really
word.
understand that, you stop taking certain things personally. Because
that.
people who feel secure, they don't
Yes.
get threatened by your growth, they don't
Yup.
compete with you, and they don't try to dim you. They clap,
True.
they share, and they make space.
Right.
But when someone constantly criticizes you, minimizes you, or
Yup.
tries to humble you every time you shine, that is
Yup.
not confidence talking, that's insecurity. Instead of
Right.
shrinking yourself and making others comfortable,
True.
pay attention to the pattern. The right people will
Congratulate
push you forward, the wrong ones will try to
All
pull
the
you
ones
back.
work hard.
So choose
Subscribe,
your
y'all.
circle wisely. Just a
Choose your
reminder that
circle
happy
wisely.
people encourage.
The
Just a
word.
You know what? I seen this video. I seen this video.
Okay.
Yeah, man. She hit it right on the head, and it really like it describes character flaws in people. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Those things you come out. And then again, there's another example of what I said earlier. You gotta be able to stand 10 toes down in your truth. And like I said before in the conversation, you gotta be borderline arrogant sometimes, And by that I mean you gotta be able to just know, like Dr. Sublime was saying, know yourself and love yourself so much. It's like, man, this me. This is what it is. This is who I am. This is how I'm coming. You like it or not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah, that's real talk, man. That's real talk. What she say? Confident people, happy people, not gonna bring you down. What was one of the things she said?
I forget. Yeah, but it was something like that. Like confident people are gonna like clap for you, and they're gonna push you forward. Successful people will like help you. So I forgot everything she said, but she cooked. She goes in. Everything she said was right because we have those type of people that just they're gonna bring you down, but then there are those people that just they want they're just gonna speak life into you, and it's because those people want for themselves as they want for their neighbors. They want for their neighbors as they want for themselves. I think that's how I meant to say.
Real divinity.
Yeah, you gotta, what I mean? You gotta have that. Like I want what's best for, my neighbor that annoys me or that I don't really care for that much. I still want the best for that person. You know what I mean? I used to think that, but now it's like, nah, I want what's best for you, man. Whatever it is, because how can I live in my truth and live what's best for me in a free state if I don't want the same for you? So, yeah.
Plays into the law of correspondence. The energy you put out, you get back.
Yeah.
Basically treating people like treated.
That's right.
Right. It's that simple, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say that's one thing I learned from elementary school that stuck with me. That's probably about the only thing I remember from elementary school, man, other than ABCs and stuff like that. But treat people how you want to be treated. And just imagine if we lived in the world where everybody really thought like that. You know what I mean? It's that simple. Like, hey, man, we dealing with so much in this crazy world when it's really is just that simple. You know good and well you don't want nobody scamming you, cheating you out your money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lying to you.
Yeah.
Lying.
Using you.
Yeah.
So why pass that on? And that's what got to create this corruption that we in now, this capitalism that we in now. Everybody want to be the big eye, but man, look, man, let's aim for peace instead of I got more than you. Let's aim for that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, who really cares? Who effing cares? You got more of this and more of that. You can't take it with you.
That's right. Facts. Such an interesting world we're in. You said something about how people don't they don't real you know what it is. Actually, people don't realize how easy it is, bro. Like you said, it's simple, but they don't realize how easy it is because coming from a person who was in that state of mind, your cognitive like foresight, everything's blocked. Everything is blocked, and like it's not until you clear that toxoplasma, you clear out those microorganisms that are parasitic, you start to see things differently. And it's like, wow, life is really simple. You know what I'm saying? Life is easy. Are there hard times and everything's perfect? No, we're not saying that, but life is just things that you cannot control. Once you realize, okay, that is out of my control, that has something to do with somebody else, that's their actions that they're taking. I don't have to punish myself for their actions, things like that. Once you start seeing that, man, life is but a dream. What's that song that said? Like, bro, life is a dream after that, man. So, like, all of us had a good week. We all was like, yo, awesome. She said awesome. I said awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dr. Sublime, we all was like, yo, we had a good week. It was like, that's what we're seeking, though. You know, it's not that hard, y'all. Y'all gotta.
You know what? Back to what Dr. Sublime said earlier about not letting the chaos that's going on around you in the world bother your inner peace. Really, my week was kind of crazy, man. Because the beginning of the week, I had to drive through a blizzard like for the first 3 days of work. Like every day, it was a freaking blizzard. But I still felt that peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I know I made some growth, because old me would have been super irritated by it. Even though I was a little bit, still it was like I was just cool about it. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, it is what it is. Like,
yeah,
it got nothing to do with what's going on internally. I ain't gonna let this affect what's going on internally. Internally, I'm good. I'm cool. I'm at peace. You know, took my time. I got through it. But yeah, looking back at it, it was kind of a rough week, but it was a good week at the same time, because it could have been worse. You know?
Yeah. It sounds like it was a good week because you made some growth in yourself. You're like, damn, I would have been pissed off sitting in this winter wonderland on this road, but I'm not. You know, that's what makes life worth living, man. It's like, man, if I can get that just from a snowstorm, imagine what I can get if you know what I'm saying? That's what made me start just being like, yeah, I'm going all in for this. Like, because if that little bit could give me that euphoric feeling and that nostalgia, man, can only imagine if I go in on it a little bit harder. So
we gotta start looking at the stuff that we go through as a workout session. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do exercise, it hurt that day, but then once you heal up and get past it, it's like, man, I'm a little bit stronger. You gotta start looking at that we go through a life the same way. This was a workout session today. All this might just blew me, just hurt my feelings or whatever. But yeah, I'll be all right in a couple of days, and then a couple of days go past, you're gonna be even stronger to handle that. You know what I'm saying? I walked through the blizzard situation. A couple of years ago, I'd have been pissed off, but a couple of days ago, I was just like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I passed my workout session.
Yeah. And it's like when you first start doing pull-ups, you can only do 1 or 2. Eventually, you know what I mean? You buffing them down. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's just, we have to look at life that way, man. It's people spend all that time, and you know, we're not in chat. We don't want to sound like it's not like we're not guilty of this too, but you know, we spend a lot of time and we worry about things that we're not able to control. We obsess over things that doesn't really serve us. We do that for so long, and then when we finally come up and breathe that fresh air, like, some people are shocking, but for others it's like, this is all I want, is this breath of fresh air, you know? And so let me chase that. And you got to chase it by staying present and positive, right? And you got to go within. You got to chase yourself.
Don't forget the patience.
Yeah, you definitely got to stay
You don't
patient.
need that.
Yeah,
You don't
patient.
need that.
It all goes hand in hand. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but that's such a powerful statement, though. Like, it's so powerful because if you're not present, you're not gonna be patient. You know what I'm saying? And how are you ever gonna even get to positive if you're not gonna be able to be? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, powerful, powerful.
Mhm.
We got to take these certain things we hear, we got to adopt it and put it in our life. That's it. One day at a time.
Godspeed.
That's it.
Yeah, family, it's about that time for me. Got a minute
Yeah.
left. Might as well go ahead, close it on out.
Yes, let's close this out. This was a great great topic.
Yeah, great topic, bro.
Yes, great time.
Man, it's J Hooks the Great. Just sending everybody that taps in, that tuned in, peace, love, and good energy. You know what I'm saying? Just wishing the best for everybody that tuned in. Whether you resonate with this conversation or not, man, I'm still sending you good energy. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And just manifesting this 5D world, man. Enough is enough. And everybody tired, everybody fed up, man. Let's work together. Let's put our minds and hearts and love and good energy together, and we can build heaven on earth, you know. And I think that people like us, that's a big part of why we here, is to be a lighthouse. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Be a lighthouse and just build this 5D. So peace
Right.
to the souls again. So I say.
Yes, I say. It's the Oracle Queen P. I hope this message was able to hit home to a lot of people. Hopefully, you was able to grab something off of it in reference to just being mindful of the energy you keep and the company you keep, because everything always has an energetic vibration towards it. So you want to be mindful of the vibration you keep around yourself. You want to stay high. You have to get people with the same mindset, the same thought process. Those that want to move simultaneously to what it is you're moving towards, and people that's going to celebrate you, even for the smallest movements. You know, we kind of battle and go at ourselves, and we trying to force people to fit into our aura flow, and we see that they're not fitting, and we try to give demands, not understanding that when we have to give demands to somebody to act accordingly, that act is only going to last but for a temporary time. So we have to be present enough to realize who we're dealing with, patient enough to understand that if they're not worthy of our time, we have to release them for ourselves before we even think about keeping them just for them. And stay positive, that's what's for us not going to pass us by. What's meant for us is going to give it to us. And sometimes we're blocking what can't get to us because we don't know how to release things that's no longer serving us.
Damn.
Yeah, so everybody have a great week. We see y'all next Sunday. Cook up some more. Tap in, like, follow, share. Ashe.
Ashe. Damn.
Damn, bro. How you gonna follow up behind that?
Bro, listen. That's what's up, man. Listen, I'm just gonna co-sign with the goddess just broke down for y'all. That's really all you need, man. I ain't got nothing else to say except for, those like-minded people. They out there, but you're not gonna find them if you don't go and look for them. And we live in a age of the information superhighway, which is called the internet. So use it, I guess, and find your people. Find those like-minded people because they're out there. They may be at the local coffee shop or whatever, but you got to start manifesting those beings into your life. You want that. that group.
Right.
But yeah, you
Most
know,
likely,
go ahead, bro. What you say?
I was saying, and most likely they waiting for you just as much as you waiting for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I'd be willing to argue that that is a fact. You know, and that's important. They're looking for you too. You know, but it's not until you step outside your comfort zone is when you're gonna find it. You know, go to that event, go take that walk in the park or whatever. You know, and I had to learn to start being friendly, start saying hello to people, start speaking to people, and you know, engaging in conversation. I had to learn that years ago in order to get myself available and ready to be in a group that was going to be supportive and reciprocate. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's important, y'all. But yeah, everything the sister said was spot on. And you know, I don't really have too much to add. I'm Speculative Ambulo. And make sure y'all look in the mirror for the change you want to see and love your journey. That's all we got. That's all we got is our journey.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Peace, peace. Ashe.
Yeah.
So
Thank y'all for tapping in too. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, and tap in every Sunday, y'all. We cook like this every Sunday. Make sure y'all come and check us out.
shout out to Dr. Sublime too, the sister lost power.
Oh yes, yes.
And
Fine.
yeah, sometimes it's okay to arrive first in the room.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Sis is the gem dropper today. Okay then.
No, peace, peace.
Peace, peace, y'all.